Okay.
All right, I will call the meeting at 6:01. And I think everyone's here today. All of
Yep.
us.
I see, yep, Commissioner Golio, Commissioner Regan, and Chairperson Meyer are here, as well as Commission Secretary Lisa Gage and me, Peter Miller. We're all here today.
Excellent. All right, I would like to confirm next month's meeting.
So it's scheduled for April 19th, and one of the things that I was just speaking to Peter Coles and Lisa had sent me an email this morning. We have the option of continuing to do these remotely if required. And I'm good with going back in person at this point. We do have the room. It's good. Instead of room 201, we'll be in room 315 on Tuesdays from now on. But I'm good with going back if others are. But obviously it's a decision of the commission. So speak among yourselves.
Doesn't bother me. Whatever works for everybody.
Yeah, it doesn't bother me. My schedule got changed again, of course.
Okay.
But I just let me know, because I'll leave Quincy a couple hours earlier and head back so I can make it there for 6.
Okay.
Either way for me.
Okay, so let's go ahead with the thought that we'll be in person on April 19th, and then we obviously don't have to make that official until the agenda comes out the week before, but let's plan to that we're going to be in person on that night.
Sounds good.
Okay.
All right, can I have approval of the minutes from last month?
Okay, make a motion to approve last month's minutes.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Great.
All right. And I guess it's you, PJ.
All right. So I'll just start here. I'm just going through the agenda update on the off-street parking lots. Item A, gravel lot. The gravel lot, we did put a little bit more. The DPW did go down and took a look at it. Did what they could through the winter. It's soft today down there, so being down there, it's going to be a little bit muddy, especially with rain coming again on Saturday. But I mean, it looks a little bit better than it did, but not a whole heck of a lot. We're going to have to think about what we want to do once mid-April hits and we know that we're outside of the snow, the threat of snow. So we'll keep plugging away at that. For the most part, it's clean. There's not a lot of debris. Generally, I mean, a lot of years we end up with a lot of debris in the parking lots. I mean, obviously you see the stray masks now here and there, but for the most part, it's fairly clear of debris. I did do a brief walk around today and picked up a few things, but it's hanging in. So we're going to do our best. We did go out and fill. We marked a sinkhole that's up near the Elm Street sidewalk on like in the corner of the parking lot. We marked one of those with a barrel. I try to go down every week to see if it's getting worse. It's deep enough where somebody could get hurt, but it's sinking right now. It's something that we're going to have to wait to fix. So we've marked it with a barrel, but it's not an ideal situation down there. So we're doing our best to get through it. Video camera update. Just so people. So at the last meeting we talked about, I have a quote from Valley Communications through the IT department for $24,000 in cameras. I submitted to the mayor, and it is now. It was actually just published on the city council agenda to amend our off-street parking maintenance account, the allowed expenses from that to include cameras and safety cameras in our maintenance account. So that will be referred to likely the Legislative and Ordinance Committee this week, and I would expect that I'll be asked to go in to meet with them between now and their first April meeting, and hopefully we'll be able to move from there. Speaking to the auditor and to law department, the challenge with this is, and it's not a challenge, it's just a little bit of a delay, is that any of these changes will not go into effect until the new fiscal year. So I won't be able to purchase the cameras until post July 1st. So they'll be installed over the summer, assuming this is approved. But it's just a minor delay. I'm hopeful that costs won't escalate too much between now and then. I mean, obviously, you read inflation on things. It's a real thing, but I'm hoping that it won't be a materially larger cost. So, but that's moving forward. The plan would be to have cameras that would cover the Franklin Street lot, one for the Franklin Street lot, two in the Thomas Street lot. It's just a little bit larger and it has trees through the middle, so that we'd require two to cover that lot. And the last one would be installed in the School Street area to cover the reader lots over there in the School Street hangar area. So that's a plan that we have right now. I'm happy to answer any questions about that. Okay. Seeing that there aren't any, the next thing are just general off-street parking lot updates. We've had a fairly decent fall winter to date. The melting is the next few days. In the past couple of weeks, it's been nice to have some melting. We've run into some capacity issues over in Franklin Street. I had an individual come into my office who lives on Elm Street above one of the storefronts, and he's challenged particularly on Friday nights and sometimes on Saturday nights to find a parking spot. Obviously, it's a good thing that Hookies at the Nook is doing well, but he's been, especially on the cold nights. I think there was a specific cold night that really irked this guy because he had to walk. He parked in CVS that night. We told him that he's free to park, provided that there's no parking ban in effect. He's free to park on the street overnight, or to use the gravel lot with his permit. He has a parking permit, so he could use the gravel lot. But he parked at CVS that night. So the big challenge with that, I think, is mostly because we had 6 or 7 spaces that were covered by snow, just the piles, and the melting has brought probably 3 of those back at this point. So hopefully by the end of the week, we'll have everything back and we'll be back to full capacity. So we have that as one issue that we've been dealing with this month. The other, trying to think of what else has been major down there. Curative is still working in the Railroad Ave lot. It's worked out very well. They've stayed busy. They're doing the COVID testing in the Railroad Avenue lot, and that's going fairly well. They're still there for a period of time. I'm not sure when they'll be breaking down their services, but they're still there. Another approach, and it may be subject to us at some point, is an individual from Eversource, one of their contractors, actually came into the office. They will be looking for some right of entry to the Riverwalk lot at the corner of Meadow and Elm sometime in, I'm assuming, the fall, like late summer or the fall, to do some line repair. So expect a license agreement to come before you at a meeting at some point, but I haven't been contacted for it specifically yet, other than just an update that they would likely be coming. I don't think they're not looking to use it. They're just looking to drive through it to access their lot. or their power lines. What else? For the most part, everything else is going fairly well. We did have an issue around snow piles in handicap spaces in the Reader One lot behind Park Square Realty and Mama Cakes. There are 2 handicap spaces there that were actually the most convenient place for Mountain View to pile snow. We got a complaint. Obviously, it's not. I mean, the last thing you want to do is make it more challenging for handicapped people in the wintertime to traverse the area. So they were able to move the pile. So now, instead of using the handicap spaces, they are taking 2 space. The piling is happening in 2 spaces in the middle. We're like kind of in the middle of the lot, right near the dumpsters. So that worked out well. I'm pleased with that. It seems as though we've changed I think that's a cultural change. It's been something that's been happening for years, and we have a new account manager at Mountain View who has been very accommodating for us to help move that stuff when necessary. So that was good. And that's really the extent of it at this point. I can give you I'll give you a brief update. I mean, I know the mayor and I have been trying to determine along with the WRA, but the mayor and I at this point have been talking more about the Elm Street parcel. So we're talking more about the grassy area that's directly next to the Church Street Commons. But we're thinking about we're putting together some ideas as to how to beautify that section, whether it's formalizing some more public space there. We're seeking some state grants and potentially some municipal ARPA funds to just make that lot more attractive. And I think everybody is sick of just looking at it in the state that it's in right now. But we're looking at that, and as of now, what we're looking at should not impact much the availability of parking in that area. It's just we're looking to activate that space a little bit more. So just so you're aware that since we actually I believe we leased that space from the WRA for zero, but we have a license agreement to use it for parking. So we have an interest there. So that's kind of the extent of it. I don't really have. That's really the parking lot update. I'm happy to answer any questions.
Yeah, Peter, how are we doing with the signing, the downtown signing? Do you have a date?
So number 2, the mayor and I are going out this Thursday. So on St. Patrick's Day from 11 to 2, we picked what looks like a nice day. We're going to do a walk around downtown and drop off all the signage to the store owners there. So it's going to be a dual effort where we'll be dropping off the signs, as well as dropping off applications to the city's COVID-19 emergency business assistance program around the downtown for people to take advantage of. We have enough money to probably do 5 or 6 more. And the mayor really wants us to button that up soon, so that the purpose of our walk through downtown is to do both of those things. I think we have something to deliver that hopefully they'll like with those signs, and just some information on the grant program. But that's Thursday from 11 to 2. And if anybody's interested in joining us for the walkthrough or just for lunch, I think we're probably going to find someplace to go to lunch down there as well. So feel free to give me an email or a call, and we can do that and not talk about formal business, since it might be a violation. But we're planning to go to lunch anyway.
Well, sounds good. Thank you.
Great.
I can do Friday if you guys have leftovers.
Okay, great.
Just keep in mind.
We'll do. Yeah, I'll keep that in mind, depending on how far along we get. But we're definitely the aim is to get out. I mean, certainly wanted to take advantage of a nice week outside and get this thing going.
Sure.
All right. I mean, if there's any other questions, I'm happy to answer them about the lots. Otherwise, my other item of business, and I sent it via email to you guys, is we were approached again by the Amelia Park Children's Museum Board of Directors, specifically by Chuck Kelly, who's the chairman of the Whip City Brew Fest. He came to a roundtable meeting at City Hall a couple weeks ago, and they're scheduled their event for June 4th, Saturday, June 4th, for the Whip City Brew Fest, and they're looking to use the Central Street lot. They did that last year. It worked out very well for them, and because college is out, it didn't really present much of a burden on us. The police department, who uses the spaces there for that day, they actually they'll use the former Westfield Evening News parking lot, the Zider Saloomi's construction business. They'll use parking spaces there, and we'll make arrangements for the other permit users, the courthouse square users, to be allowed to park in our reader lot or and gravel lot during that weekend. So the thought is that I say it says in the license midnight on Friday, so it's actually the midnight Thursday night, so 12 a.m. Friday morning through on Friday, June 3rd, through noontime on Sunday, and that would allow them Friday to do their setup, and then Saturday night and Sunday morning to do the tear down of their the tents. And one of the things that I mentioned to Chuck was last year it leaked into, I think it was even Monday or even Tuesday before they got their stuff out of there. And while we accommodated, I told them that we would really like them to be out of there so the police can be back in for their the midnight shift on Sunday night. So the ask is, I mean, this is something that was drafted by the law department, and it provides the liability protections that we generally request for licensing. It requires that they receive all their other permits and licensing that's required from the city relative to alcohol consumption and sale because they're charging people to get in. So and then obviously entertainment. So we're holding them to getting all those things. But the license is required for them to use our space. So I would ask that the commission consider voting to authorize the chairperson to sign it on their behalf. If there's any questions on what it means, or if you have anything that you want me to look at before she does that, I'd love to hear it.
Madam Chair, can I speak in support of the event?
Yeah, I would assume. I mean, I don't know if
That's me,
Yep.
Peter, by the way.
Yeah, I know it's you. I just was waiting for Ellie to say something.
Yeah, no, I'm good with it too.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Okay. Peter, do you
Does
want to
somebody
say
want to
anything?
make a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve it.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. So we approve Whip City
Aye.
Brew Fest to use our lots.
Great. Thank you very much. And with that, that's kind of the end of what I have. I can answer any questions or take any ideas that you want to put on the next agenda, and then leave it to Lisa to talk through the bills.
I'm good. Does anyone else have questions?
I don't have any
Let's
questions.
go.
Okay. Lisa, you want to talk
over
through the
to Miss
bills?
Lisa.
Sure,
Yeah.
I can. Okay, I emailed over to you guys earlier a copy of this month's bills. Our revolving bills were totaled at $633.05, which includes Verizon for our wireless plan for our meter machine, our uniform laundry services for our enforcement officer, and for Garton, who empties our barrels in the lots. And then we had a $50 charge in our regular bills for the digital monthly service fee. And that was it this month. Any questions on those?
Nope. So just a motion to approve the bills and Ellie can sign them.
Okay,
I'll make a motion to approve the bills.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right. And that's
okay, and
it,
Ellie,
right?
I will email those that information to you first thing in the morning for your signature, and then we can get them paid.
Perfect. I'll be
Thank you.
waiting.
Thank you.
There you go.
All right. And if
that
does
is-
anyone else have anything else to add? All right.
Nothing
I
else.
will call the meeting at 6:22.
All right.